guys, so today on Blooming Voices, I'm switching things up a bit. I want to share something really personal with you through poetry. Writing has always been a part of me. Back in secondary school, I used to write poems, but I never took it seriously. It was just something that I did. I never thought of myself as, a poet. Fast forward to adulthood and I completely left it behind. But then life happened and I went through a season of distress. One of those moments when no words of encouragement seemed to help and everything, feels heavy. So that's when poetry found me again, or maybe that's when I found poetry again. The words just, poured out. They were raw, unfiltered, and deep. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was truly expressing what was inside me. It was like something had been unlocked, something that I had ignored for years. And from that moment, I couldn't stop writing. So the poem I want to share with you today is one of those pieces that came from that time. It's called The Time Watcher, and it carries so much of what I felt in that season. I doubted myself. I doubted the existence of God. I questioned God. I questioned myself, waiting, and eventually I realized myself. I reached to that point of realization. So now, before I read it, let me take you back to the story behind the poem. Sometimes life puts you in a place where you start questioning everything, yourself, your purpose, and even God. I remember being in that space, feeling insecure, feeling stuck, and no matter what people said to encourage me, it didn't sink in. I was waiting for something, but I didn't even know what that something was. Then one day, I picked up a pen and just started writing. The words flowed in a way I couldn't explain. And just as I said earlier, it was raw, deep, and real. And when I read it back, I thought, wow, this was me. This was in me all along. It was in that moment I realized poetry wasn't just something I used to do, but it was a part of me. And in writing, I found healing. So today, I want to share with you The Time Watcher, a poem that reflects that journey. And I hope it resonates with you. The Time Watcher. I believed in you, but I wasn't hoping for such a journey. I asked many a times, why me? Do I deserve this? Yet you were silent, watching me yearn for a breakthrough. Why me again? You watched the time on the clock and remained silent. Why me again? I asked. Yet you whispered slowly, like the time you were watching. I could only hear the clock tick, each second echoing my doubts. Why me again? I asked. Again, you watched me cry till I felt numb. I had to tickle myself to make myself smile, pinch myself to feel pain, and I had to crawl before I could walk. I walked and ran from myself, but in the process, I found me. Then you said all I needed was time to believe in myself and rise again. In the quiet of your watch, strength was growing within me, unseen but ever present. The ticking clock was not my enemy, but my guide, marking each step of my journey. In the silence of your watch, I learned to listen to the whispers of my own heart. The time you watched was never wasted, but a testament to my resilience. I realized then that waiting alone is not enough. Therefore, action must accompany faith. For in that combination, I discovered my own power, my own voice. Now, as I stand tall, I understand your silence. For in your watchful patience, I discovered my own power, my own voice. All I needed was time to heal, to grow, and to believe in myself again and rise again. Then I wondered who the time watcher was. But time had proven itself. You see, life has a way of making us feel like we are just waiting for things to change, waiting for a sign. Waiting for something to happen. In that waiting, it's easy to feel like nothing is moving, like you are stuck. But this is what I learned. Time is never wasted. Growth happens in silence. And during those times, strength is built. But here is the thing. Time alone won't change anything. You have to take action. You have to step out even when you don't feel ready. That's what I realized when I started writing again. I had always had this talent, but it was only when I actually picked up the pen that it revealed itself. So if you are in the season of waiting, wondering if things will ever shift or change, I want you to remember this. Time is working on you. But you have to work with time too. You must trust your own process. And you must also take action. Believe in yourself even when it's hard. Even when no one is believing in you. And keep going. I promise you that you will one day look back and realize that everything was leading you to this moment. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. The Time Watcher is more than a poem. It's a reminder that time isn't, just passing, but it is also guiding us. So keep trusting, keep moving, and keep believing in yourself. Until next time, keep blooming. Bye.